Hey guys, I'm Mr. and welcome back to another movie review. Today we are reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong. Now right quick before we start this review, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would appreciate that a lot, and also if you left a thumbs up on this video. Now after many delays for this film, we finally have it, and you can watch this in theaters as well as on HBO Max if you live in the United States. Now the movie is basically what the title is, Godzilla vs. Kong, these two big titans fighting off each other. Now some of the cast members we have in this film, and now I'm of course talking about the human characters. It is Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown, Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry, Kyle Chandler, and Julian Dennison. Now going into Godzilla vs. Kong, I don't think you should expect to watch a masterpiece, but expect something more of a funny popcorn movie, because that is what this movie is. Now this movie is the fourth movie in this MonsterVerse universe. We have the first movie, which is Godzilla from 2014, and then we have Kong Skull Island from 2017, and then Godzilla King of the Monsters from 2019, I think. Now especially in both of the Godzilla movies, they focused very much on the human characters, instead of focusing about Godzilla and all of these titans fighting each other. And I was a bit worried that this movie would do that too. And I get it. I know we still have to have these human characters in these movies for the story to kind of continue. But in this movie, I was actually very surprised of how much I cared for these human characters. Because I think in this movie, the missions the human characters were on were much more interesting than the later films. And the humans, like the human characters in this film, was much more likable than in the other films. But the reason we actually came here to watch this film was because of the epic showdown between Godzilla vs. Kong. And on that part, the movie really delivers. Now the action sequences here are badass. They are so epic, and these action sequences, like, it's something worth watching on the big screen. Now what I also like about the action sequences here is that it is just not one big showdown by the end with Godzilla vs. Kong, but it is several different showdowns during the film, and the action sequences were very long as well. It was like 10 to 20 minutes of Godzilla vs. Kong just fighting each other, and it was just amazing to watch. Now the camera work in this film is very good, and especially in the action sequences. And also the lighting is very good in the action sequences. There are one fight between Godzilla vs. Kong in like Hong Kong or Tokyo or something. I don't remember quite where it was. But it was some big buildings there with neon colors, and it looked very good. So I think the lighting, especially in that scene right there, was very good. Now what I was surprised about with this film was that it was actually many emotional scenes in this film and many emotional parts, especially the bond between King Kong and this little girl who could like communicate with him. I think that was one of the best parts about this movie, and I really loved how emotional that really was. Now another thing that also surprised me about this film was that the monsters also got some character development. It was not only the humans that got character development, but this time it was also the monsters. Now, even though I really enjoyed this film, there are unfortunately one negative thing I need to talk about. Now, my main problem with this film was that I think the movie had a bit too many subplots within the plot itself. Because many of the human characters went on these different missions, and I think there were too many subplots at the same time. But I still really like this movie. Now to sum up, the movie really delivers on its premise. We have Godzilla and Kong fighting each other, and they really deliver on that part. And I also think the human characters was much more interesting and much more likable in this movie than the previous ones. So far, this MonsterVerse movie is definitely my favorite out of the bunch. So my score for Godzilla vs. Kong will be an 8 out of 10. So that was my review for Godzilla vs. Kong. I would love to hear your thoughts on this movie down below in the comment section. What do you think of this movie? And I would also love to hear if you watched this in theaters or if you watched it on HBO Max. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I would appreciate that a lot. And also if you left a like on this video. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this movie review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.